Alright, welcome back. We are back with some compact claustrophobia, and it's time I start getting on a couple of these quests. I want to do some expansions. I really want to get into more nuclear craft right now. Let me just check to see if the mic's working. Okay, yes it is. And right now, we're going to set up a couple of things. So first up, we have 5 large compact machines that I've made. Next up, in here, we are going to salvage everything from this cube. We don't want this cube anymore. We're getting rid of it. Okay, so we're going to leave here. We're going to break you, and then just toss you in there, call that good. On other notes, I currently have this unattached right now. That way, like, this is going to be kind of the last run we have these pickaxes mining for stuff. That's a plan. Because if we look in here, we're kind of getting a lot of stuff. Gold and silver is the only things we're a little short on, and that's because iron pickaxes have not been being crafted properly, mainly because I'm using these assemblers. You'll notice one of them is gone, and that's because I did manage to fix this assembler. This one is now working properly. Oh, hey, I can salvage these too. Let me go ahead and do that. I did end up making this last assembler up here work properly. And this is about as fully automatic as I can make this at the moment. So we do have it to where sticks are going in each of these automatically. We have it to where bronze and etc. stuff is going in automatically. The problem we're really having is when it crafts the pickaxes, it tends to craft one whatever it wants at a time, which is not helpful. And unfortunately, I don't think there's really much way to fix that. I'm just going to deal with it until I can replace these crafters with something else, which not going to happen for some time, but that's fine. It does work. It gets the job done. And if you look, we're actually going to have an issue of we have too much resources coming in. So that's kind of the issue we have. But basically, the way I've solved this, like I said before, I just got some red alloy wire and then tossed that through and then have this moved up by 1 block so the red alloy wire can go all the way across and turn it off. So it's working now. Yay! I won't say it's working the best, but it is working. So we'll take it. However, since we are running not necessarily low on space, but we are getting a lot of resources. I mean, that's a lot of aluminum, that's a lot of lapis, that's not much magnesium because steel pickaxes have not been used like at all, despite being made. Actually, is magnesium even from steel? Yes, magnesium is from the steel pickaxes. It's just, it's not being used that much because tough alloy keeps getting in the way. And that's on me. That's on me. I didn't set another auto clicker to use steel pickaxes. I have one using both tough alloy and steel. It just so happens that tough alloy keeps on going in there. Regardless, not much comes from steel anyways. On the bright side, if you look at uranium, we have about, give or take 10,000 uranium. It's like 9,000, 8,000, whatever. It's a lot. And obviously we are using a good amount of that to smelt the ores that are produced. But that's a good amount to use for fuels for our nuclear reactor over here as well, which is nice. However, that is not what we are going to do today. What we are going to do is we're going to take all these large compact machines, we're going to come over here. Tiny item output, tiny item input. We're going to toss all of these in here. Now the problem is, it has our input now, but it does not have energy for that input. So now we're going to come over here. I made this energy cell reinforced before. So this has 18 million RF. And outputs 9,000 RF per tick. And then this normal energy hatch, I believe it transfers 8,000 RF per tick. Or it just holds 8,000 RF per tick. Normal energy hat. Okay, so it's 500 FE per tick. That's not bad. Point is, we're going to place this here, output there, and now this should work. Beautiful. It is definitely working. It's also working pretty fast. Basically, what this is going to do, this is the machine that we needed to make before to, we go over here. Nope, wrong one. To make this small glitched small machine. And instead of doing this, which we probably should do, we are instead just skipping making the glitch large machine. And the reason we're doing this is using this, we're going to make a giant compact machine, which is the next step in size from our large compact machines, which we have before. And my hope is inside of a, I just realized my issue. Just realized my issue. Wait. Woo! We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. I messed up. I actually need this still. Yep. I need this still. Because I'm a bit of a dummy and forgot that I need ender pearls. Yep. Yep. Okay. So first up, we need some obsidian. Then we need some redstone. And then we need compact machines like so. That's not going to be enough, is it? Probably not. So need be, we'll also grab some iron. Nope, wrong iron. Iron blocks. And then gold. Because I just thought about it. And yeah, we got a problem. Redstone, like so. Okay. Come back over here. I'll just bring this down. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. I had a nice, like, hopper setup before, but not right now. I just need to make some more things because I'm dumb. How am I supposed to make this next compact machine if I can no longer make compact machines? So we actually need to make 4 more small compact machines. And, copy paste gadget. I've been using this because it makes making compact machines and ender pearls way faster. While that charges, we'll go back in here and collect the ender pearl. And we're going to set our entry point here for a second. So that was very close. That would have sucked to have to make all of that again. And a pearl. Thank you. Do. Do that. Let's leave. Is this fully charged? No, but it's about to be. Come back. We'll do this again. Do this, and then this. And that. So there's 4 ender pearls. We need 1 more of those. Although if I could make a couple more after that, that'd probably be nice. But I don't think it's necessary to do so. So I probably won't. I'll just make the 5. So there's the last one. And now we already have this set up. And we're going to stand here. Yes, right here. So grab that. and copy paste that, and we make one of those. This is going to take a second, but we need to make another large compact machine. How do you make a large compact machine again? Okay, like that. Perfect. Or like this, but we can't do that one, unfortunately. 2. And yep, we are definitely going to need more iron and redstone, like so. Now I always forget, can't I just do this? Will that finish it? I don't think it will, but I can hope. We'll see. No, it has to be manually thorough. It's important to note that because it will come in handy when I automate some of these. Because I can automate this. I think I can even automate the production of like each individual compact machine. More so about how easy it is to do. Because I think the only thing kind of holding me back on automating it right now, say for the normal compact machines, is you have to place a gold block in the middle. And I don't know exactly how I would do that. However, I do know that you can use the auto clickers to place blocks at a distance. So that might be helpful. I'm just trying to kind of avoid using computer craft because, well, frankly, I don't care for computer craft. Mainly because I don't know how to use computer craft. Now, if I have to eventually learn how to utilize computer craft to actually auto craft the compact machines, I will. But if I can find a way to not have to go that way, then I'll also do that. We'll find out, though. There's that one. One more. And then we'll have our large compact machine again. Yeah, I can't believe I almost screwed that up. That would have sucked. Like, that really would have sucked. I like how there's a block here, but there's also not a block here. There we go. Okay. Now to our melter. I would also like to make a normal size compact machine because it's kind of getting a little crowded in this cube. Just a little bit. But yeah, it is getting a little crowded. Can I make this go a little faster? Not for long. Definitely not for long. What I should really make is some energy upgrades. What would it take to make energy upgrades? Energy upgrade. Pulverized obsidian, crushed quartz. Well, we got one of those. Quartz. Got a little bit of quartz. Pulverize it. That will make some pulverized quartz or crushed quartz, whatever. By the time I get these energy upgrades, though, this is going to be done, so I guess I don't need them that much. Then some gold pressure plates. Well, there's an energy upgrade. Hey, it's going up now. Nice. Make a couple more. Toss in a couple more speed. Wow, those energy upgrades are no joke. That's still going up. Oh, they also finished, so that might be it. I need a bucket. Then go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then obviously this is super fast. There's also another quest for 64 speed upgrades, so Let me just complete that real quick. Thank you. We'll toss this back in. And then machine casing. We have the compact machine walls. And then we got 2, 3, one more. 4. Boom, boom, boom. And now we'll come over here and glitch this guy. And ta-da! Got 6 of these now. We need 1 machine casing. Still. Machine casing. Alright. Now we can do this. So 1. This guy. Go all the way around with the machine walls. And then do that. Keep it going. And then do that. And that. Bam! Giant compact machine crafting. Now this is actually really useful because it brings us one step closer to unlimited dimensions, being able to create the high impact compactor. Now we need the high impact compactor so we can get diamonds. And yeah, that's about the only thing I want right now is diamonds, but for that we need to go one step further in making a maximum size compact machine, which little be said is not going to be easy. So we have 2 ways of making this. We can do a 3x3x3 requiring 6 glitched giant compact machines. Or we could do it this way using a 5x5x5 using only 1. And that's where it gets a little tricky is I have a feeling that this giant compact machine is not going to upgrade this at all. But we're going to try. We are going to try. If we get a 5x5 area, I'll be very happy. It's just I don't think we're going to get a 5x5 area. But luckily, we did complete the giant potential. So let's see how big this area is. Woo! So much room for activities and stuff. Love it. Now let's see if this is a 5x5. Nope. Maybe I just didn't place it high enough. That might be. Maybe we have to place it there. I would really like it if this is a 5x5 area. I don't think it is. Okay. You know, maybe it's 1 more higher. Maybe it's like 1 more higher. If we put it in the dead middle, that'll definitely tell me if it's capable of being done in here or not. Nope. Wait, that's not the dead middle. Nope. It goes 1 more higher. Okay. We can try that then. So that would be the dead middle of this. So if it can be done in this, it would be there. I'm going to take the guess and say it definitely can't be, otherwise I don't think the other recipe would be available. Nope. Nope. Cannot be done. So, we still have to make that maximum size one at least once using the other way. Which means we have to make 6 giant compact machines and then glitch them. Yeah, that's going to be real fun. Not really. Not really at all. It's fine. Just means we're going to have to put in a little bit more work. And I will probably automate this system at least soon enough. But until then, there is a couple things that I would like to do. Namely, I want to make another large compact machine. So we'll probably do that first. I need some more obsidian. obsidian. And I want to make one large, one normal compact machine. I need some cobblestone. Well, actually, I really don't need cobblestone. I can do it with this. So, no, I would like cobble. We'll get cobblestone. Otherwise, it's just... I did that again, twice in a row. Come on. What am I doing? There we go. Now we have our copy paste, but we do not have anything else, so we do need to make some ender pearls again. Or as it's called, unknown item. Why did I drop that? Now the copy paste gadget is actually really cool because we can go to copy here, then we can area too large. Right click air. There's literally no air. Okay, hold on. Right click air. That's an issue. That might be an issue. G placement, retrace fluid, mirror, rotate, undo. We might have a problem. Might have a potential issue if I cannot clear this out. Uh-oh. Big uh-oh. Bruh. I'm trying. How do I clear this? Let me try relogging, see if that solves that. Otherwise, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Well, this is very annoying. I can try going to the giant. I'm really trying to right now. Clear. Okay. I found it. We're good. We're good. Whoo! Was a little worried there. So copy this area now. Then I'm going to do that. Then from right here, you want this to paste. And this is where it gets a little tricky, is we need to edit the placement. Nope, wrong way. And then Y up to Z like that. Bingo. So now, right click, done. Toss redstone at it. And now we can do this a little bit faster, getting the ender pearls. I need 5 more ender pearls now. 2. We also need to make more compact machine walls. And 3. Unfamiliar item, not unknown item. Same difference. Realistically. 4. And this is 5, which means we can now start doing this guy. Oops. Might just do this so I can... Oops. There we go. Now, if only this would work. Nope. Does not like that. It's like, nope, we do not know this recipe. Well, now you do. Now, we got 5 of those now. And the reason I'm making 5 is I want one large compact machine again. But I also would like a normal size compact machine. And there is a reason for this. Alright. That's probably enough. Although realistically, while I have the obsidian in my inventory, we'll just max out on ender pearls that we can craft. Because I can. We can't make too much more anyways. 2 more and I think we're done. Yeah, 2 more and we're done. So, last one. Any second. And there we go. That's the last one now. So we will start making the normal compact machine again. Like so. And so. Gold. This guy, this guy, this guy. Now I want to go back to copy. Copy that. And that. Area copied. Good. And a pearl in. Go back to paste. And that is very off now. So we need to edit placement. Go Y down by 2. Z, nope. Z over. Like so. Okay. There's 1, 2, and want 5. No more than 5. I don't need any more than 5. You know, I wonder if this can be used in an auto clicker. That would be nice. I highly doubt it, but it would be nice. It definitely can't be. Because this needs the items in your inventory, so... Can't be done. Be nice if it could be. Pretty confident can't, though. So this is 3. Here's 4. So 1 more. Got my swig of caffeine there. So I want to get a couple of things done. I'm going to do a couple of quests more as well. There's the 4 we need. While that last one crafts, I'm going to toss these into our melter. Thank you. And then we will come back over here. Ready for this 5th one. Alright, there we go. 5th one acquired. And then this is ready to make our large. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1. Ooh, that's going down? Why? Why? It wasn't going down before. This producing power? Yeah, it's producing power. That is a lot. That's gonna be an issue. Well, I don't know why that's going down in power now. It wasn't before, but not going to worry about it. Got these guys. Need a machine frame, please. And we make one more large compact machine like that. Now, why are we making a large compact machine? Because we are going to move this reactor to this. On top of which we are going to make a bigger reactor. Now, a little bit of problem on the bigger reactor front is, I need more basic plating, and I don't think I have graphite. So, how do I make graphite again? Pulverized coal / charcoal. Yeah, that's definitely going to prove an issue. Charcoal? Coal. Wood. Well, yeah, it's definitely not a lot. But I'll take it. Let's come over here, and then dive into here. Let's see, we have a little personal wood supply from this. So I might be able to see, oh, here, 2 stacks of wood, another bit of wood. Okay, beautiful. That will work fine. Get plenty of charcoal that way. Then toss charcoal into our manufactory. That will do just fine. Make this a little bit faster. Also, let's grab this quartz. Let's grab some obsidian. And gold things there to make some more energy upgrades. Just so we can toss that all in there. Then, do I have any more speed upgrades, or are they elsewhere? I guess they're all in here. We'll just do that. Not sure if I'll regret that, but it's what we're doing right now, so. Okay. Definitely getting plenty of pulverized charcoal now. Nice little amount. There's 27 so far. That's a lot faster. Seems to be keeping up with power, too. Can't tell for sure, but seems like it's fine. There's some more. Basically, the reason for this is I need to combine it with lead so I can make more basic plating. So do this and this. Why did that happen? What is... I don't know what is up with this mod pack specifically, but for some reason, like, splitting things up really is weird with my mouse. Okay. So we need more reactor casings. Just the casings, which means basic plating and then a lot of tough alloy. Oh, we got a little bit of tough alloy, but guess what? We can just kind of come over here and salvage a bit more. Why is that? Because this isn't really using a lot of its tough alloy that it's producing, so I can kind of just come over and grab a stack. Same thing for the ferroboron, I can kind of just come on over and grab a stack. And same thing for the steel, I can kind of just come on over and grab a couple stacks. Should I realistically automate both of these for personal use? Yes. Am I? No. Not yet. Later on when I need a lot more of it, yeah, 100% I will have to. I'll basically be forced into it. But do I need to now? Nope. And I'm not going to. I also need to make a fuel reprocessor. So this guy is going to be basic plating, tough alloy, boron ingots. Do I have boron? Yep, boron ingots. Got tough alloy. Do I have any more basic plating? Nope, so we'll have to make more of that again. On the bright side, we have plenty of charcoal to do so. And then do this, boom. And then we need a machine chassis. And whatever this is. Hey, ferroboron. Do I have any of that? I do. Copper and a piston. I have a sticky piston. Do I have a normal one? Yes, I do. Then copper. Got plenty of that too. Then fuel reprocessor. Am I going to use this yet? No. But will I use it soon? Yes. Actually, I might use it now. Yeah. Good of time as any to use it now. This is a lot of radiation stuff that I have on me. This is one rad. That's a lot. We're gonna do this. Okay. Meantime, I guess I should let this finish, realistically. That would be the smart thing to do. So I'll let that finish, I guess. And in the meantime, I'll come over to this large machine. We will begin building. Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's a couple of things that I want to set up for this. I want enough room for redstone mainly, because there's a reason we're going to use redstone this time. Now I kind of have to check how it works again, but if I'm correct, there should be a way I can measure the heat on this. I think. Redstone. Reactor. Fission reactor port. Place this block in the shell of a fission reactor in place of some reactor casing, but not the top, bottom, or bottom sides. If a controller is attached to the reactor structure, then its inventory and stored energy can be accessed by automation through this block. Okay, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. I might have to leave the automation to later and look through it at a different point in time, but I do think that's going to be useful. I think I'm a little bit irradiated now. Oh, yay! Oh, is that in here? Or is that me? Oh, that's totally just this. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Yeah, this is 1 MRAD, and this is 4, so that is just in here because of this fuel reprocessor and all of this. So that's fun. Kind of. Not really. That's probably a bad thing. But we need to reprocess this because it's going to give us plutonium. And neptunium. That might be useful. What happens if I make the other fuel? Because there's 2 fuels I can make out of this guy. That's the oxide. Same difference. It'll show the same things. Oh, there's the normal fuel. Perfect. If I do this, uranium just gives me a bit more neptunium, so it doesn't really do much of anything. And with how much of this we have, it's not like I'm going to be short supply on Neptunium. Is this about to be done now? It's almost done. It's close. I guess what I could do is I could check it. I could test that. Let's test it. I don't know why I'm using oak wood for this, but I basically want to grab some redstone and see if this is outputting a redstone signal. So that's a power of 15, which means it's definitely taking the energy as the signal and not heat, which is not helpful. I need the heat gauge. So maybe I will make one of those fission thingies here. Maybe we will make that port. Might be useful. Or it might not be. Not sure. Like, if I'm being honest, I'm actually not too sure. But my hope is it will be useful. In the meantime, though, we need more basic plates like so, and then more fission reactor things like so. And then we'll make this, which requires a hopper. We have an upper. That will work. And then we need copper and iron. Boom. Then this guy requires this, 2 of those, and 1 of these. As soon as I turn our upper into a hopper, boom. Let's place this down, because I'm curious how this works. Okay, guess it doesn't work like anything. But I'm pretty sure this can output a redstone signal too. I'm quite positive there is a way to get redstone from the actual thing here, but I don't know how. Which is kind of unfortunate, because I would like to know how. Regardless, this is now done. Should grab my axe. That's fine. I can just do this. It'll be slow, but I can do this. I'm also going to run out of power probably as soon as I break that. Actually, no. Not actually running out of power. It's just not capable of being used. We're just going to break everything in here. Minus the actual controller, since that still has power that I'd rather not waste. Alright. Let's come back to our large machine here. Wrong one. I need the top one. Okay. We got a bit more of these now. And the reason for that is I need to do this now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're 4 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like to be 5. I feel like 5 wide would be a really good setup. I don't want this there. So this is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5 by 5 by 3, not 5. And I feel like that'll be good. I really hate that I'm using these. Let me see if I can place these in a better location. That's not as like, aggravating. Well, for one, I want the door to be, like, here. For two, I want a decent amount of redstone, so I might place our controller here instead. Or something. Which would leave this here. Then that. That'll work. Now I just need to make a bunch more plates. So let's leave. Grab this. Toss it in. Thank you. Then using some more tough alloy, which I have tons of right now. And then, is this out of power? No, surprisingly not. It's about to be in a second because I'm about to just grab it. Okay, so do this. Do this. Do that. That'll work. Then this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. And then that. And I think I can just have a lever there. Yep, that works. Alright. So this is what we got as our reactor. It's a lot bigger. Takes up a bit more space. But I'm hoping I might be able to have this go on and off just with like a redstone signal depending on the heat. Really hope so. So unfortunately, this does mean that this is coming off, this is coming out, and this is coming out. And now, we're going to come over here and not complete this while we're in it. That's not a good spot. Do that. Do this. And let's set our in position here. Is this correct? Casing incomplete. Is it because the door? I bet it's because of the door. It doesn't like the door. That's fine. We can do the door instead. Like this, and then this, and this. Does it like it now? No, it does not. Why not? Why do you not like this? Is it the glass that's throwing it off? And then do this? Okay, that worked. Why can't you just be placed here? Really? I feel like that should work. Feel like that should work. Whatever. It's fine. In which case, I think this will work here. I think this should work here then. Still complete? Yes. Okay, good. So there we go. This is now perfectly working. It's got no fuel in it. It's got no, like, cells in it as well, so we gotta kind of put together our reactor cells again. How do I want to do this? What if I just connected all four of these together like this? Did that. So that is now, like, powered or whatever. And then lapis cooler must be one reactor cell, one reactor casing. So if I place this in the middle, like dead middle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This guy here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can extend that even more. This must be active moderator block, which that is an active moderator block. Must be adjacent to at least 2 valid lapis coolers. So This is 2, and this is 2. Not sure how negative that is now. Negative 800. How much was our fuels? I don't know. Our fuel might be more, like, radioactive in this now, though. We're gonna find out. So, base heat is 50 heat per tick for this base fuel. In this reactor, in the previous one it was like negative 300. This one is negative 76. So, I think it is running a little hotter. It's also not performing, is generating the same amount of power, just running hotter. Which is probably not that effective, but whatever. It works. Then we do this, and tunnel 2 down. So now we're going to break you. And this normal compound machine we're going to break. And place our now large compound machine with our new reactor in it. So there's our new source of power. I should also probably keep this closed. Not sure if that's necessarily an issue, but probably shouldn't leave it open, if I'm being honest. Let's dump our inventory a little bit. I don't want all this stuff on me. Why is this not getting power? Is it not producing power, or... Oh. I didn't put anything in it? Huh? Oh, wait, I know what's going on. Now it's working. There we go. Right, so that's how it works. Okay. Hmm. So this turns on based on redstone signal. So I could, like, invert that signal. I'll think about that later. Right now, let's focus on some better coolers. So I want to get to cryothium. That's what we want to make, is some cryothium. Gonna be a little difficult, but it's gonna be worth it. Glacial precipitator. Do I have any machine frames? Nope. Let's search up machine frame. I know I need tin. I know I need glass. And I know I need iron. I saw copper was on that. I think I saw Invar too. Alright, let's see if that's enough. Wait. Pretty much everything needs redstone and gold. Alright, let's take a look now. So, tin gear. Check. We'll make 2 of these. Just because I see that it wants a fluid transposer later. Now, glacial precipitator, you guy. Copper gears, 1, 2. Then redstone reception coil. We need a piston, which needs wood. Check. Cobble. Check. Redstone and iron. Check. You. And boom. Glacier precipitator. Check. Okay, so now this needs water. We got some water buckets. It's kind of a lazy way of doing it, but here we go. Snowballs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bunch of snowballs now. Beautiful. That's 2 quests completed already. Next up, we need Tome of Knowledge. Oh, great. Good thing I made 2 more of these. Do I have a book? Do I have leather? Okay, do I have paper? Sugarcane. Okay, at least we got something. Now we need a Tome of Knowledge. Which requires a book. which I cannot make any other way, so I need leather, which needs this. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Then, guess I just gotta leave. Check. Come over here to you. 1, 2. Check. 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 Leave. Nope. Wrong kind of leave. Go here. Go there. Leather. Book. Lapis. And that is a Tome of Knowledge. Another quest completed. Next up, I for some reason need to go down this route. Why? I don't think that's right. Fluid transposer. What do I need for a fluid transposer that it thinks I need that? Absolutely nothing. I'm making this anyways. I won't be able to complete the quest, but, I mean, I'm not going down this. You want me to make elevators game? That's messed up. Yeah, I'm not making this. I'm nowhere near ready enough for that. So, let's make a fluid transposer anyways. Oh, wait. Cryothium. How do you make blizz? No, we're good. We're good. We have everything we need to do this. So, fluid transposer, we got this. We need copper gears. We need that. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Copper gears, 1, 2. Do I have a fluid transposer already? No. No, I do not. Okay, good. Just making sure. And 1 fluid transposer. Check. Okay, we just need this snow to hurry up. So it won't technically count as the quest being completed, but I'm not making a fusion reactor. That's just not happening. So it's gonna have to deal with that. Now using the Tome of Knowledge, I can insert XP in here. We're going to just toss all our XP in there. Then we're going to toss it in here. So 2,000. Toss it in here now. And extremely slowly that's going to make. Let's speed this up. Upgrade. We don't have any, so bronze. Then electrum. Hardened. Nope, hardened glass. Silver. So silver gear. Like so. Check. Bronze gear. Like so. Check. Bronze gear, make this. Boom. Silver gear, make this. Boom. Speed you up. Then augmentation, this is an acceleration card. Speed it up even more, please. Thank you. Unfortunately, I don't have another one of those. Otherwise, I would use it. Yeah, I do not. That's fine. We still get Blizz Powder nonetheless. And utilizing this Blizz Powder, we can now make Cryothium using some snow and redstone. And boom, Cryothium. Now, why are we using Cryothium? Why are we making Cryothium? More so. What is the point of this? And I'll show you. When we search up cooler, one of the best coolers you can make, there's two really good coolers you can make. Correction, 3. There's a helium cooler here, which must be adjacent to exactly 1 valid redstone cooler and 1 reactor casing. This is really good. The problem is helium requires you to make liquid helium. Liquid helium can only be made using a supercooler, making helium gas, which is not that easy. You can also make this thing to extract helium from it. However, I think this requires helium, so yeah, that's not worth it. I don't know what this does. That's from molten salt. That doesn't work. So alternatively, you can do this using this helium gas, which requires a neutron collector to get helium gas, or a helium collector like so. Helium collectors are made like this. Point is, that's a long ended process to make that. We aren't making that. Next one is an deuterium cooler. Must be adjacent to exactly 3 reactor casings at exactly 1 vertex, which basically means 4 corners of a reactor placed in all 4 corners. So that's what that is. Lastly, there's the cryothin cooler. Must be adjacent to at least 2 reactor cells. Now this is a good one. This is a very, very good one. Because if you look at the cooling rate, it's 160 heat per tick that it cools. So it is by far the best one you can make. Aside from an emerald one, but emerald, let me read this, must be adjacent to at least 1 active moderator block and 1 reactor cell. It's possible to do that, but it's not very fun. And it's kind of difficult to make that happen. And all these other ones just do various different things, but the one that is really, really good is hands down cryothium and enderium. These are the 2 that are the best ones to make. Enderium, unfortunately, is kind of expensive to get. Resonant ender using ender pearls, a little bit of expensive thing to do. Hence why we're going to go with the cryothium instead for today. Because at least 2 reactor cells, we can do that easy. That's not a problem. I should be able to do that. And what I really want to do is I want to make some new reactor fuels. That's what we want. That's what I'm hoping I can get done. And that's why we're kind of getting a bunch of cryothium dust at the moment. It's expensive, yes, but is it worth it? Very. Although, I don't know if I have enough XP for this. I definitely don't have a lot. Might have to look into a way of getting an XP farm running. If that's possible. I feel like it must be. Okay, this fuel reprocessor is going way too slow because I have no way of outputting it. Let me grab a chest real quick. Then a item conduit will go. Yeah. Because I don't want to deal with a servo. Let's toss the chest there. Toss an item conduit there. Check this. Always active. And then you on insert. Boom. Yay! There we go. That's much faster. And now it's automated. Let's just keep this moving. I can barely reach my large thing over here, but I can. Now, do I have any coolers? Yes, I do have 1 empty cooler. We are going to, therefore, make a cryothium cooler. And then I would like to enter over here, and I just want to kind of investigate how I can kind of set this up. Because this needs to be next to 2 reactor cells, which means this actually works really well how it's set up right now. Because I can place 1 in all 4 corners of that. And that is now going to be even cooler, which is great. And this should be able to be moved up. Is this hot? No, we're good. Because it just needs to be next to a reactor cell and 1 reactor casing. Which means if I place this in the middle, that would be much better. Much better if I place it in the middle. But I could also just have it on all 4 sides, like so. And then the tin coolers are what? 2 valid lapis coolers along a common axis. Okay. So these aren't even working then. Yeah, these aren't even even working right now. Are they? Nope, they were not doing anything because it's not a common axis. So, how can I get it to use tin coolers? I don't mind using redstone coolers either. One reactor cell, I can do that. Then isn't there something that uses redstone coolers? Gold does. Glowstone's bad. Lapis, not worth it. Diamond, not worth it. Helium would use redstone coolers. Iron uses gold. Copper uses glowstone. Tin is that. That's not good. Okay. So redstone coolers would be nice. However, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to use them because liquid helium would be the only reason I would use redstone coolers is to use this. But since I can't, not much point in using that. Now, I know having more than one moderator block actually is helpful. But I also want to use more of these, and I can install 4 of these if I have it set up like this. Maybe I expand the reactor cells. Let's do that. That'll produce more fuel, or more power, but also more heat. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But I think I can definitely cool it down no problem. So, just one? Okay, I guess we need sand. Make me more glass, please. Thank you. 6, 7, okay. Nope. 2 more. Okay, there we go. That's plenty. 1, 2, 3 of these. Now, as a quick little test, just to make sure I am right, because, well, I'm quite positive I'm right. Graphite, please. What does moderator blocks do out of curiosity? Graphite is only considered active if adjacent to at least one reactor cell. Active graphite increases the reactor's efficiency, but also produces some extra heat. So if I use the graphite block, it will generate more heat. But it increases the efficiency of our power production or something along those lines. So I do think it's worth it. I'm trying to go over here. That's what's going on. However, these 4 at most ending with another cell. Used in fission reactors to house the fission fuels. The more cells placed, the more rapidly fuel is consumed. Cells will be more efficient for each other cell they are adjacent to or from each adjacent line of moderator blocks of length 4 at most ending with another cell. So if I have 4 moderator blocks and 2 cells on each end, that is the most efficient they can be. However, that's kind of annoying to do, and I'm not going to do that because that seems dumb. Alternatively, they could also be adjacent to each other, and that would work. However, I don't really want to do that either. Is this quartz cooler doing anything? Out of curiosity, what's this quartz cooler? 1 active moderated block. Okay, well, that is definitely doing something then. Nope, and this is no longer active, so that is actually helpful. 1, 2, 3, and 4. What does that do? Absolutely nothing. Perfect. What does this do? Interesting. So it will generate more heat. Yes. LEU. Interesting. So how do I want to do this right now? I think... Okay, I got a structure that I want to try. I have a structure I want to try. I got a structure we're going to try. So we're going to do this, graphite, and then tin cooler there, because this must be, nope, that's bad. That's bad. I need the quartz cooler here. So quartz cooler must be adjacent to at least one moderator block. That's adjacent, we're good. I am curious though, moderator. Okay, that's not helpful. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Figure it out as we go. Then do this, and this. So since that is set up, this means each and every one of these can have one of these guys. And then this must be 2 valid lapis coolers along a common axis. The lapis cooler must be adjacent to at least one reactor casing and a reactor cell. So, this would work, right? Yes, along a common axis. So this guy to this guy to this guy. And that should now be even less. So 610 versus if I just had this, 490. So that works. 610. That's good. That's a good setup. In fact, compared to the tin cooler, which must be adjacent to at least one active moderator block, this setup is better. Because I could also technically have lapis coolers here, and then do that. Yes. Because that, less. Okay. So that would work. And these just need to be adjacent to 2 reactor cells at once. No, 1 reactor cell. Which means this setup can actually use a lot of cryothium because there's 2, there's 2, there's 2, there's 2. Okay. And then here, you would just do 1 into a tin cooler. And we can still have even more lapis like that. Yep, that all works. Now the question is there anything that needs to be adjacent to just a lapis cooler that's active? Not as far as I can tell. It is one case where liquid helium coolers would definitely boost this. But since nothing can be attached to a lapis cooler specifically, which I don't think so. Yeah, because tin's along a common axis, that won't work for these corners. This is moderator block, but 1 reactor casing. This is moderator block. This is nothing. That's nothing. Water and quartz. Okay, so I got it. I got it. So we need lapis. We do not need quartz. We need tin, because we can fit a lot of these tin coolers in here. Because literally anywhere where these lapis coolers can connect, we can use tin. Pretty much. And then on the middle here, since this moderator blocks, I just want to use lapis on these two. Yeah. I feel like that's the only choice for that middle spot. No, 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 no. No, lapis is not the choice there. 1 active moderator block, we would use this, but we would have the cryothium on each of these middle things here. That would be a lot better. Okay. We need a lot of cryothium, basically. a lot of cryothium. So I need more snow. And I need water to go immediately into a glacial precipitator. Hey, this is done. Do it again. That's a lot of stuff. Oh, wow. That is a lot. Okay. So let's do this. I just need to clear my inventory out a tiny, tiny bit. It's a little too full right now. I do need that glacial precipitator, though, because I'm going to replace the fuel reprocessor with that. Thank you. Break you. Place you. And yeah, I guess that can be there. No. Well, that, yes. Yes, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Never mind. Keep the item conduit. And then set it to insert. Set it to always active. And then water. I have this compact infinite water source here. We're just going to toss that on here. Then set this to a input. Boom. There we go. Infinite snow. Beautiful. And then we will take that infinite snow and toss it in here so we can get more blizz powder. I'm also going to toss all of this stuff in here now. However, when it comes to a lot of this stuff, I would like to grab it. Plutonium. Let's see how much of this stuff we can make. So uses for you, do that. Uses for you, do that. 27, 27, nice. That's a good amount. We still have a ton of that, Got Neptunium. I don't know if this has much of any use. Let's see, uses for this. Any fuels I can make? There are fuels I can make. They're not that good. I mean, they're okay. But it requires, like, 236. And I have 237. So I'd have to get 236 somehow. Which I cannot get. How do I get 236 tiny clumps? Fuel reprocessor, TBU fuel, or HEU 233. So 233 requires 233, of course, of which I need tiny clumps. And is therefore 237 can be turned into 233 with the DK harvester, or I can get it from TBU fuel, which is all thorium. Yeah, that not really worth it. Is that really the only way to get 233? 233. Uranium 233. I could just decay this and do it that way. Oh yeah. Looks like only TBU fuel will give that. Which is from thorium. I do have a ton of thorium. I immediately take that back. I do not have a ton of thorium. I don't think we need 233 fuel. I don't think it's worth it. Instead, we can grab the plutonium that we have a ton of, and we can start making a couple of fuels with this. So the question is, which fuel would I prefer? Because I can make either of these. So 241 or HEP 241. So we can make this, and then in a fission reactor will deplete, and then using this in a fuel reprocessor will give us 242 back. Americium, curium, and americium. So bit of americium, curium for the most part. That is for the LEP. Ah, shoot. Yeah, probably should have seen that one coming, huh? Probably should have seen that one coming. Let me get my Geiger counter out. Ah, yeah. Yep. Love 15 just rads in my body. Yep, probably should have saw that coming from holding that much on me at that time. Um, anyways, let's just do it from here because that's a bit safer. What will this get me? So in here, into your reprocessor, will give me more americium and cercium. And that is the one that uses more of the plutonium at a time. What does americium get me? Better question is, what americium does this give? It gives both, so 242 mixed with 243. So what's 241 give then? Americium 241 allows me to make RTG, so don't care about americium 241. So the less of that I can get, the better. So curium from HEP 241 fuel, which I make from this guy. So HEP sounds like the better bet right now. And then in a reprocessor, this will give me curium. Let's search up what curium does. Curium. There's definitely a good amount of curiums. And we get 246, 247, and 245 from this. And we also get the 241. So 247 is this guy, which is used in 247 fuel from 247 and 246. And then we also get 246, so 247 and 246, so that's possible. And then we have 245, which is used in 245 fuel, which we get 246 as well. So yeah, okay. I know which one we want to make then. And that is going to be the HEP fuel. Unfortunately, that does require me to grab this plutonium again and quickly use it. Which one is the 4? 241 is the 4. So you are 5, you are 4. Nope, I did that wrong. I'm dumb. What? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? 239 and 242. Oh. Oh, that's awkward. Okay. So I cannot make any plutonium fuel, base fuel, at all. That is very awkward. We have 239 and 241. So I take it I need to make the other uranium fuel, don't I? So if I made this and then did this guy, do I get the other fuel out of this? 242, 239, and then... Yes, okay. Got it. Got it. That's kind of annoying. Not even kind of. That's extremely annoying, actually. Oh, we got a bunch of snow now. That's good. Well, I guess we gotta take some uranium. And we're just gonna have to separate this a bit of times, huh? Let me toss this in. Make this go faster. I also should take into note that I am not currently producing any power whatsoever. I need some more fuel. Let's take all our 235 fuel. And we're just going to toss it in here. Oh, shoot. Okay, we don't need that much. Nope. Hey, how about we make some more coolers first, yeah? That sounds like a great idea right now. Okay, what about Blizz powder? We got more Blizz powder. We got some snow. We got some redstone. Let's make some Blizz powder here, right? Cryothium dust. Okay, there we go. How do I make coolers? Steel and tough alloy. Hey, I got a bunch of those. I got both of that. Let's make a bunch of coolers now. Okay, now let's make some cryothium coolers. 3 of them? Nice. Yeah, we don't want some nuclear explosions right now. Nope, definitely do not need that. Definitely do not want that to happen. So there's that. This is now a negative 1,000. That's pretty good, pretty good. 2 lapis coolers along with common access. Well, common access it is, but not really doing much of anything, is it? I can do lapis there, so we do need lapis coolers as well. Let me leave out of here. We got our tin cooler. We need some lapis coolers. So there's a bunch of lapis. I guess I can finish one side. I don't really care about the moderator block. That's not going to be better than a single tin cooler. So I would much rather do 1, 2, 3. Just to confirm, 4 of those, 1570, and then this in the middle, and then that, 1690. So yes, that is better. Then we just need a bunch more cryothium. We are also no longer generating power, so that kind of sucks. Should be fine, though. Kind of. If I can get a little bit more Blizz powder, it'll be fine. Otherwise, we can make more lapis coolers. Not like we can't. I would also like another tin cooler if I can make one. So tin cooler is tin, so tin easy. And then lapis. Should have plenty of lapis. So we need 1 tin cooler. Check. Bit more lapis coolers. Ooh, I need lapis blocks, actually. Okay. Lapis blocks. So let's make our lapis coolers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think I need that many, but I'll make that many. Let's come back over here. So this is pretty much stacked. There's no like things in the middle here, so it's not going to do any good to do that. So I guess the only place we can do lapis, not lapis blocks. Lapis cooler like so. 1, 2, 3. And then this guy there, and then this guy here. Ooh! Hey, you know what? I do need one more. Let's make one more tin cooler. One more tin cooler. Check. This is out of power. Oh. This is fine. We are fine. Because we have this guy. Of which I really hope I can pick up like this. Yep, we're good. Backup power coming in. Remove the sawmill. And then toss that guy there. Are we back online? Yes, we are. Okay. Let me grab... What is it? Fuel? Nope. Oh, I literally have the fuel on me. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Did not need to do that. Is this good now? Yes, we are good. Okay. How much power is this generating? Double. Twice the amount of power we were getting before. That's a lot. Lot more. 2,000 RF? That's pretty good. Just from, like, the baseline fuel as well. Now, mind you, this is 50 heat per tick. Which likely means if I made that HEU fuel... Yeah. Wait, nope, that's 233. 235 I want? Yes, the 235, 300 heat per tick. Yeah, that's a decent amount more heat. That's probably not going to work for us if I had to guess. Wrench. Hammer? Let me do this. Pick you up. Break that down. Why is this so slow? I would love to know that. Is this even running? It wasn't running for some reason. That's weird. Should have. It's got power again. More cryotheum. Another cryotheum cooler. That way if I come over here, I can start filling all of the back here. So currently we are at negative 823, and now negative 983. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Now here's the question. No, that's not a good idea. It is really tempting to do, though. It is really tempting to do. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so we have our tin cooler here. We have our lapis coolers. We need just cryotheum. Just a ton and a ton of cryotheum. Fortunately, I'm going to run out of XP. How can I get more XP? You know what? I actually know a way. How much you want to bet? I came over here. Then, say, turned this on high. And then, let's grab any kind of dust. 10 dust. Sure, that will work. Here's my idea. What happens if I do this? Well, that's very unfortunate. I was really hoping that would work. Okay, turn that back on. That don't matter. That did absolutely nothing. I need a way to get XP. Way to spawn mobs would be really good. EXP. Unless there's a way to make Essence of Knowledge. Essence of Knowledge. Recipe. Answer, no, definitely not. There's got to be a way to get an XP farm. There must be a way. There definitely is. I just don't know it. Yet. I don't know it yet. I will find out, though. Definitely will find out. There's enough cryotheum for another cryotheum cooler. Beautiful. We love this. So we come back over here. Let's toss our another cryotheum cooler in. Right there. This is going to have so many cryotheum coolers. Because we can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Yes, 6 more. And that is 6 times how much cryotheum coolers are. So 160, so 6 times, so that is 600. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's about 900 something. Please tell me I'm not wrong on that. No, I'm right. Okay. 960. That's what it is. Woo! I was worried there. I was worried I did my math, like, extremely wrong there. We're good, though. We're good. I can math. Ah, shoot. You weren't supposed to do that. Hmm. Anyway, I can tell it not to have that in there anymore? Can I break you? Okay, there we go. That fixed it. Tome, knowledge. This is not going to have a lot in it still. Yep. That's all we got. That is all we got. After this, it's empty. That's unfortunate, but not much I can do. So I'm probably not going to have enough to finish this. But I will have quite a bit. Quite a bit. So that's 14. 15. Come on. Hurry it up. Alright. So using this, I'll have 16 of these. Do this. And this. Got all that. So that's 2 more coolers, of which can be placed, just to confirm, 1, 2. Beautiful. Beautiful numbers. So now we have 4 more we need. 4 more and we max this out. Completely max it out. Unfortunately, quite sure I'm not going to get that 4. Quite positive I'm not getting 4. That would be a lot of blizz powder that I would need. Considering I don't really have a way of getting that much blizz powder, pretty confident I'm not going to be able to do it. Because I need a way to get XP, but I don't know of a good way to get a lot of XP. Wish I haven't died so many times. I would have had a lot more XP if that was the case. Spawner. Can I make these? Nope. I think I can think of one way. We can do this. This would get me blaze powder at the same time. I feel like that would be nice. Barrel of lava to spawn blaze. Requires porcelain dolls. Oh, well, nope. That is shot out of the water there. Yep, that not happening. Can't get diamonds, can't get emeralds. So, therefore, it's not possible. Need another way of getting XP. There must be a way to spawn mobs in here. There must be a way. I don't know it. Wait. Spawn. I think I can make spawn eggs. I can. Okay. But does this allow me to endlessly spawn them? That's the question. I don't think it does. Nope, we're good. Ah, shoot. Only one. Only one. It's fine. It's fine. Because I can just place it there, and then do this, this. So that is still cooler. And then from there, I'm going to use our last 2 lapis coolers here, then there, and then there. For a total of negative 3,050 heat per tick. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. That was what again? Damn it. I literally read off the number and I forgot it, so 3,450. 3,450. Divide that by 2. 1725. So by using one of these, we're at 19. Okay. Okay. But that's 50 heat per tick. Oh, yeah. We do not have enough on this. Yeah. That's not gonna work. We need way more. Way more. Because if I made that HEU 235 now with a heat generation of 300 heat per tick, yeah, that's not gonna go well. Not at all will that go well. Hmm. Well, we'll slowly build our way toward that. Can't right now, but we will build our way toward that. In the meantime, I think this is where we're going to leave it off. I didn't yet change my little space here yet, but we will do that probably next time, or I'll just do it off screen, and when I join back on stream, you will not see this clutter all over the place. Well, you might see a different clutter, but it won't be this one. We'll say that. But in the meantime, I will be heading off. If you enjoyed, leave a like or comment down below if you have any ideas that I can do as well. And with that, wherever you are, if it's day or night, have a good day, have a good night,